Hello, I'm Momentary Unicorn. I want to give you at least 3 reasons that you should give pixel art a try. Let's start with reason 1. Pixel art is easy to start and difficult to master. If you sat down for just a few minutes and zoomed in very close on a canvas with a square brush, I am certain that you could draw something as simple as a heart, a balloon, a box, you name it. Actually, you could also sit down with a box of crayons and some graphing paper. Just place your squares carefully and with purpose, and you got this. All you need is some knowledge of some basic shapes. A wonky-looking circle becomes an apple really fast. Just have some references on standby to guide you. Remember, no matter what anyone else says, using references is not cheating. But you definitely shouldn't go and copy somebody else's artwork and claim that it's yours. However, it is acceptable to use someone else's artwork as a study piece. This is where you sit and copy their artwork to learn from, but don't repost it. Unless you have the artist's permission, of course. So basically, put in the time and the effort, and you can get started really easily and become intermediate in no time. Mastering it takes a long time for some people, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not even what you'd call a master. But I have a lot of fun, and I think that's what's important. Alright, so reason number 2 that I think you should give pixel art a try is that sometimes pixel art works like a puzzle, and if you like that kind of thing, you should definitely give it a try. You may occasionally find that something you intended to be kinda cute ended up kinda creepy, and honestly, sometimes it's as simple as removing or moving a couple of pixels one way or another. Sometimes the size of the eyes you gave your character has an impact, or maybe your color choices could use a change. Oftentimes, what you're working on is so small that it's really easy to make big changes without having to start over, which is another big plus. But sometimes it's hard to take a guess on what you need to alter, and that can be the fun of it. Sometimes you gotta step back and do some thinking. So let's talk about the third reason that you should give pixel art a try. If you've found that other art mediums just haven't really been clicking for you and you still really want to draw, pixel art could become your thing. Of course, if you still lack confidence in yourself, you are still going to struggle. So you do need to let go of perfectionism a little bit and just have fun with it, regardless. I started as a traditional artist, doing pencil drawings for the most part. I dabbled a little bit in acrylic and oil paints here and there. I tried colored pencils, chalk pastels, oil pastels. I even tried digital painting for a little bit, which I still like to dabble in here and there because I still want to learn. But for some reason, pixel art is just where it's at for me. There's just something about each little square of color falling into place that I just really like. It's fun, it's satisfying. If you don't like your colors, just a couple clicks of a button and they've changed. I've even considered making my own RPG or something at some point. It just feels like the perfect art medium for me, and I wished that I had tried it so much sooner than I did. I've only been doing pixel art since around 2015. I still wish that I had started sooner. Not because I want to be better than I am currently, but because it's just so enjoyable. I did in fact lack confidence in myself with the other art mediums, but that's a whole other issue with depression and all that fun stuff. But something about pixel art is just super relaxing, and it's just so good. And honestly, another plus too, the pixel art community is super nice. As long as you aren't like churning out NFTs, I'm sure they would love to see what you produce, even if it's just a heart or a coin, anything that you manage. It's always exciting to see somebody trying it for the first time, so please, give it a try. I wanted to say thank you so much for stopping by and giving this a listen. And if you'd like to see more of this kind of content in the future, please drop a like and maybe subscribe if you feel up to it. I have more plans to talk about art and maybe share some short tutorials and stuff like that. So, once again, I hope y'all have a great day. Thanks for watching.